YouTube is going on, it's preaching. So let's talk about my preventative maintenance. Since some people have been commenting on my plan on what I'm doing, right? I ran a restaurant for 17 years. Was inside the restaurant business for 19 years. We're actually running it, been the head chef for 17 years. And one thing I learned was preventative maintenance. Having somebody come out just to service all your equipment. Why? Because you don't want your equipment to go down when you have a lot of people depending on it to work properly. So if a fryer goes down, that's going to hurt the fryer station. So why not have somebody come out to make sure all the flumes is right, the airflow is right, the pilot light is staying on, the temperature sensors is working right. If that fryer go down or that temperature is going up because that temperature sensor is messed up and it's overheating, well, now you're finna burn product. The grill ain't burning right, it's not hot enough, you ain't gonna be able to cook your food properly. So I learned through these years to be like, hey, let me go ahead, especially with my truck, spend the $300 to get the diagnostic check, bumper to bumper check on my truck. I tell people all the time, listen, you run your business how you want to run your business, and I'm going to run my business how I'm going to run my business. Why? Because I know I'm successful. I've seen a lot of people, all y'all favorite YouTubers, trucker YouTubes, I've seen a lot of them fail. Right? I'd rather have the peace of mind. Right now, I'm leaving Tulsa, Oklahoma, heading back to the house down in Florida. I'd rather have the peace of mind to know that my truck is going to start when I try to start my truck. The peace of mind that my truck is going to be working right when I get in and start working. When I get on the brakes, my truck is going to stop. So I'd rather have a mechanic do it. Now, a lot of y'all that been watching me for a while, y'all saw me with Karen. I was doing a lot of my own work with Karen. Okay, well, I didn't have another neck surgery since Karen. So I can't do a lot of things that I was doing when I with my other truck. I just can't physically do it. Out of the 7 vertebrae in your neck, your cervical, 5 of mine is fused now. So I can't do like I used to do. Or yes, I would do it. But also I don't have the equipment to test everything. That's why I want the diagnostic check on it. Same kind of test I had when I bought this truck. I paid a mobile mechanic to come out, $350 to perform a test and the diagnostic test, and he gave me all the readouts of everything before I bought this truck. Why? I wanted to make sure this truck was 100% ready to go, because I got this for Sioux Falls, South Dakota. So I still had to drive this thing home 1,800 miles. You know, so I'd rather spend the money just to make sure everything is okay. If something is weak, I want to know. If my fuel pump is not pumping to the right pressure, I want to know. My water pump is not pumping right, I want to know. Oil pump ain't working right, I want to know. All my injectors are not spraying like they're supposed to be spraying, I want to know. My cylinders is not holding the right amount of pressure, I want to know. My crankcase pressure is low, I want to know. Yeah, you're right. I want to know. I want to know if my hoses is still holding up along with the clamps, along with them. Are they starting to show signs of rotting that I need to go ahead and replace? Because I don't want a hose to pop on me when I'm out here on the road. Like I'm on what? Oklahoma 48. Just a 2-lane highway. No shoulder for your truck if your truck breaks down. At all. None. I don't want to be broke down in the middle of nowhere like now, and there's nothing else around. There's not even a hotel. Then you got to get a tow. Then you got to find a hotel. Then you got to find a shop. Then you don't even know if the shop gonna have the part that you looking for. You may be up somewhere for a whole week or 7 days. I don't want to experience that. I don't. And for me to pay $325 to make sure, or to have the best knowledge about my truck, that I can go to these particular places, is that worth $325 for the next 3 months until I get another PO? Just to have some assurity? Yes, to me it is. Now, if you don't want to spend that money taking it to the dealership and having the dealership do it, you feel like that's a waste, then don't do it. It's your business, it's your truck. You have to deal with the consequences, like I tell my sons. All right? I said, you is an adult now. You gonna make adult decisions, but your adult decisions comes with adult consequences for those decisions. So you have to make sure, since you're old enough to make your own decisions, you're gonna have to be old enough and to have the knowledge enough to handle the consequences of your decisions as well. When they looking at my alternator and it's not reading out like it's supposed to be reading, it's starting to go down, and it's not putting out the right amount of ohms like it's supposed to be putting out, then I'm like, hey, okay, I know I'm gonna need an alternator pretty soon. We don't know when it's gonna go out, but hey, we know it's not doing that. Hey, I got the funds, hey, let's go ahead and just change it out now. I don't want to be stuck at a truck stop, or you at a shipper, or you at a receiver, and all of a sudden your alternator go out. That happened to me with Karen. My alternator went dead when I was at a receiver. Now, luckily, my parents' house was only 5 miles away. So I was able to go from where I was delivering to my parents' house. I made a video about that with Karen. And she wound up getting the alternator and had changed it at my parents' house. Okay, but what if I'm out in here in the middle of nowhere and that happens? Do I have enough battery power that's gonna be able to help me get to where I need to get to? Or I'm gonna have to call roadside, pay $400, $500 just for them to come out. Then I got to pay the upcharge for the alternator. Then I got to pay all that work for them to change it. See what I'm saying? So it's, for me, it's a peace of mind knowing that I got this stuff going on. Okay, so that's why I will take it to the dealership. And like I say, my warranty from this other Kenworth dealership states, listen, as long as I take it to another Kenworth dealership, something go wrong, I got certain stuff under the warranty that they are going to cover. But it has to be at a Kenworth dealership. It can't be at my mechanic shop. It can't be at the roadside shop. No, it can't be at another shop. It has to be at a Kenworth dealership. So until my warranty is over with, completely over with, then I can look at going to different places to have them do it. Can my mechanic do the same thing? Yes, my mechanic can do it. They really can do it. But while it's at the dealership and they're doing it, if they find something that's covered under the warranty, they can go ahead and fix it. That's the difference. So yeah, I'm gonna pay the $325 for the Kenworth dealership to do a bumper check on everything. Make sure I don't have no air leaks under the cab. Make sure all my bags and everything is right and stuff. I'm trying to make sure everything, checking for any leaks on the engine, on the transmission. It's about time for me to get my transmission serviced too. So I'm probably gonna be doing that in another month and a half. Get the fluids and everything changed, and when they drain it all out, make sure that they check any metal shavings or anything that all on the side of it. You know, so I'd rather pay that money. I don't care if it's cost $500, quite frankly, for me to have a peace of mind that all this stuff is working properly. You got a lot of systems on your truck. I want to make sure even my air conditioner is working properly. Make sure my Freon level is high like it's supposed to be high. So now it's hot. Where I just was loading up at it in Tulsa, got 104 degrees out there, man. It's hot. Next month, it's going to be 4 months for my APU. Is it time for it to get serviced? No. But this truck was up where they did a lot of salt up there in the snow. So I got a lot of parts that are rusted on this APU. So I'm going to take it to Thermo King and have them replace all these rusted parts on my APU. And I'm going to have them replace all the rusted stuff with all new stuff. All new clamps, all new hoses, all new wires. Have them change all the wires and stuff that's all rusted all up. So why? Because I like my APU. I like when I turn it on, it runs like it's supposed to run. I love that. I'm strange like that. I'm crazy like that. I'm sorry. I'm just crazy like that. I want my truck to make it from point A to point B, all the way to Z. I know. I know. I don't like to live life by the edge. You know, I'm scared. I'm a scary individual. You know, I want my truck to run right. And I budget for that inside my expenses. And see, that's the other thing. You know, when you're not budgeting your money right, you don't take care of your truck. You don't. Because you ain't making money, you're not taking care of your truck. And you're going to have that attitude where that, 48. You know, well, if it's not broke, why fix it? Right? You're right. If it's not broke, why not fix it? But why not watch it and make sure that it won't get broke? If it's starting to get weak, let's go ahead and change it out now. I don't want to break down.
4 miles. Turn left on Oklahoma 16.
I don't. Am I scary? Yeah, I'm a scary person. Maybe it's just me, but I don't want to break down inside my truck. I'd rather my trailer breaks down on the side of the road than my truck. Why? Because my truck can still move. My trailer can stay right there. That's why. While I'm waiting on somebody to come out for my trailer, my truck is still running. It's not out there in that heat. I'm still able to go to the store and come back to my trailer while I'm waiting on something. If they're not going to be in there till tomorrow, I can still stay inside my truck and I'm good to go. I'd rather that happen, you know, but I want to make sure that my truck is taken care of. I don't want no rusty parts. I don't want no old rubber, nothing. No old rubber on hoses or anything like that. Old clamps, I'm gonna get all new clamps. Why? Because I don't want a clamp to break, which happened to me on Karen as well. Yeah, I went through it with my Karen. I learned from mistakes, taking that approach that, well, if it's not broke, let's not fix it. But yet I'm breaking down, then I gotta get an Uber to come pick me up from the side of the road to take me to a shop to get this equipment and everything that I need, and then take me back to my truck. Then I'm on the side of the road trying to fix my truck. I don't want to do that. I've been there, done that, and I physically can't do it. Now, I would do it if I have to do it. Don't get me wrong. I would do it if I have to do it. I'm going to be hurting. It's going to be hurtful. It may take me a little bit longer. I do it if I have to do it. But that's the purpose of me taking my truck to the shop when it has to do the PM and the oil changes, and just pay the extra money for the diagnostic check. All that stuff, all your pressurized stuff, to make sure the stuff is going. All your electrical stuff, to make sure all the currents and everything is going right. Wouldn't you want to know? Even if it's just a little bit off, it's not within the parameters like it's supposed to be. When my cut regen, is it within the parameters? You know, is my DEF pump working correctly, pumping? like it's supposed to be pumping? How's my filter? Is it time for a filter change? Is it time for a service? You got to ask yourself all these questions. You really do, because I don't want to get broken down. Most of the trucks be broke down because something got wrong with the DEF system. So is everything right? Let's put the camera in there and see. Let's take it out. I'm gonna take my truck to this place that specializes in your your DPF and things, and they gonna go through everything, clean everything. And I ain't talking about that liquid cleaner that you can put through it. I'm not talking about that. No, they actually gonna take the parts out and clean them the right way, and then put all your parts back together again. And the guy gave me the quote for my truck. It's $1,400. And like he was saying, is something wrong? Is it doing anything? I'm like, no. He said, oh, so you just want to make sure. I said, man, I bought this truck at 543,000 miles. I don't know if that system had ever been cleaned before. I don't know. I don't know if it was well maintained. I don't know. I know it's working right now, and I want to keep it working right. So I just rather pay the $1,400 and get it done, and I have a peace of mind about my DEF system. They're gonna clean the doja valve, the whole 9 yards. They're gonna clean everything and make sure everything is working, put it back to like new condition. I don't want those problems. My other truck, my DEF pump had broke, and I was on the side of the road and had to regen, and had the guy come out, and then he had to do the force regen and everything to get it all out. And then, like he told me, hey, keep this truck over 65 miles an hour, because boy, once you stop, it's gonna go right back to the D rate. I'm like, okay. And then I did that. It got me home. And when it got me home, I was like, cool, because it got me. I stayed like 7 miles away from the Freightliner dealership, so I was able to just limp it to the Freightliner dealership, so they could fix it. They did all that work on it. Might have been like $2,400. I don't want to experience that. I don't. I just don't want to see it. I'm scared. Call me scary. Call me scary, because I'm going to do the preventative maintenance on my truck. I'm going to do it. Like I said, I don't care. It's only $325. But like I said, I didn't care how much it is. It's just a piece of mind.
1/4 mile.
And
Turn
I just want to make
left on
sure
Oklahoma
that
16.
everything is right in all my systems, and it's running right like it's supposed to be running right. That's going to keep me down. Like I said, belts. I didn't have a belt pop. Experienced that with Karen too. I didn't have a belt pop with Karen. You say, well, it's just a belt, right? It's just a belt till you don't have that belt, and nobody around you have that belt. Now you got to try to find the belt and the belt sizes and things. It's not a problem until you actually have to deal with it. But I just don't want to deal with it if I can't. Like my lights, I got an extra light for every single light on my truck. When I go to the dealership, I'm gonna get an extra serpentine belt for my truck as well. So if that belt ever pops, I have that ready and available, and I can put that on if it ever pops. Some of my major hoses, I'm gonna get.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on Oklahoma
I'm gonna get a
48.
replacement hose. I'm getting a replacement hose just because if I'm out here on the road and it bursts or anything like that, well, guess what? I can replace that hose, no problem. So I'm trying to build up some things that happen to your truck that sometimes it's hard to find, or things you can ready to fix. And the rest of the stuff, I will have them test everything
Turn
out
right at the stop sign.
and make sure that it's working properly. Because those are some stuff that cost a lot of money to fix, and it can really get you down as well.
Continue on East Washington Avenue.
So yes, when I talk about my preventative maintenance on my truck, is it needed? No, it's not needed, but it's for peace of mind. I know I can get inside my truck and go from Florida to California, back to Florida if I want to, if I choose to, and don't have nothing to worry about. This truck is going to be running in a pristine condition. As long as I keep it up, it should stay up. Parts don't last forever. They're going to break. They're going to break. I'm at 571,000 miles. Like I said, I'm almost at 30,000 miles since I didn't have this truck. And the only thing that went wrong so far is my heat core behind the dash. I had to get that fixed. That was a little bit over $1,400 to get that fixed. You know, and this is a 2021. So with it being a 2021, you know, it's already, what, 4 years old? 5 years really, because it comes out like in the 2020. 2021's come out in 2020, so it's like 5 years old. So when you're looking at stuff like that, I mean, hoses going to start going. You know, I think that all your hoses, rubber hoses, have a life span on them. It's written right there on the hose when it's time to get changed. I think it's like 7 years. It's right there on your hoses. So I mean, with this been already 5, it's about time for me to start changing these here hoses. So why don't I just start getting a couple of them now, keep them up under my bed, and when I have all the replacement hoses now on my truck, just by getting some every once in a while, every 3 months when I take it to the dealership, do it, you know, just get a couple of hoses. You know, within the next, what, 6-9 months, I have all the hoses to replace on my truck. And I already have them in my bed. Now I can call out one of my mechanics, because I got a mobile mechanic too. But I have all the parts necessary at that particular time that they need to replace all my hoses, along with new clamps. You know, I plan on getting a fuel pump. They're gonna get the fuel pump under my bed. I sure am. Y'all can say what you want to say. I don't care. I'm gonna get a fuel pump. I'm gonna get an alternator. I'm gonna get a water pump and keep it up right up under my bump. Why? Because if it goes out and I'm out here on the road, I got the part. I just need the mobile mechanic to come out and put this part on. I don't have to worry about where we got to order this here part. We got to order this. Talk about me. Yeah, call me scary. Call me what you want to call me. I can care less. You know why? Because I'm the one that got to deal with the situation when it happened. Not you. I got to deal with it. And the other thing is, it's my money. Don't tell me what to do with my money. I don't tell you what to do with your money. Or how to spend your money. Don't tell me what to do with my money. But I'm making money. I can afford to do that. Some owner ops out here is not making that kind of money. I'm making money and my business is making money. Some of y'all may not understand that. My business is profitable as long as I'm making money too. I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good. To be starting from May 14th until now, but it was July 17th now, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing real good. After 2 months, I got like $2,300 saved up inside my maintenance account. Just saved up. Chilling. I'm just trying to just let it build all up. Ain't nothing wrong. When I take this in to get the PM done and the diagnostic, I'm paying for that out the business profits. After 2 months, my business have profited, that I got in the bank, over $5,000. That's how much my business has profited. And I've been paying for everything through my business profit that does with the truck. All the repairs I made to the trailer, the heat core, I paid for that out of the business profits. I didn't use no money for maintenance because I'm trying to build that up. So my business is making money. And I still pay myself $1,800 a week. That's my salary. So I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I planned all this out. I ran the numbers. I did the numbers. I'm making money out here. I'm successful. I have always been successful. I was successful with my other truck. It needs a new dash, so I I got to get a new dash for that truck so I can get that back on the road, because I get pulled over by a DOT officer, they just gonna shut that truck down because the dash is messed all up. The dash is messed all up. And that's on a Freightliner FLD, and that's a 1999. But it's gonna need a new dash. It's a day cab that I had got. You know, so it's to replace the other day cab that I had that hurricane and a tornado that came from the hurricane had tore up and everything like that. So I copped another day cab, but it just needed a new dash. I done found a couple of them from vendor halls, and I'm just trying to make sure everything is gonna match all up. But that's gonna be another project in the work, another project in the work. Because I'll still have to get the dash, then I'm gonna get the new floors put in, then I gotta get the cab and the frame and stuff painted. That's gonna be a whole nother series of stuff going on. But anyhow, that's why I do my preventive maintenance. I also have them check every single battery. Make sure all the batteries got the right voltage like they're supposed to be having. Make sure I don't want no problems. Yeah, my APU keep the battery charged and I don't have no problems, but the cells still can go bad. You know, it can say it has the volts, but it doesn't have the cranking amps. The cranking amps start to go down. So I'm trying to make sure that all those particular stuff is good to go too. You know, so yeah, say what you want to say about me, but like I said, you run your business how you want to run your business, because that's gonna be you that's gonna be on the side of the road, because you was like, well, if it's not broke, why fix it? Well, you still got to make sure it's working properly. So that mindset doesn't work right. You have to make sure stuff works properly. Every time you go to a fair or Walt Disney World or something like that, they got rides. Well, guess what they have to do every single day? They have to check every single thing on it and make sure that it's working properly before they put guests and they open up their rides for service. Okay, so in business, that's what you do, but you put that inside your budget. That's what you budget for. I budget for it. I budget for my oil changes at 30,000 miles. That's what I budget for. Every 30,000 miles, getting a whole PM done. Change out all my filters and everything. I'm budgeting for that. I'm budgeting for the diagnostic check. That's what I'm budgeting for. I want to know. You may not want to know, but I want to know. All your operating systems and all your stuff mechanically supposed to be operating in certain. They got operating parameters, and they can test all these operating parameters to make sure it's operating like it's supposed to be operating. And if it's below the parameters or how far below it is, they check all that particular stuff too. So if it's not operating in the specs where it's supposed to be at, that's how you know, okay, hey, let me go ahead and start preparing for that. Well, how much is that's going to be to get fixed? Oh, that's all it's going to cost to fix it? Hey, yeah, we can just go ahead and just do it now. They show you all the readouts from your truck, and all the paperwork has your VIN number on it from your truck and your engine serial number and everything, so you know it is from your truck. So they're not trying to, get you with anything. So if it's not operating, it's just like I get blood work done every 3 months. And every 3 months, it tells you the range it's supposed to be. You got the green box or you got the red box. And if it's red, that's because it's out. Your numbers is outside the normal. And they give you the normal, what's the normal range. And if yours is too low, it's red. If it's too high, it's red. But if it's too low, well, you know it's low, and you need to take some supplements to get it back out. If it's too high, well, you know you need to stop doing stuff to get it back inside of range. So if stuff is not in range, you know something is going wrong with that particular part, but at least you know. And how low is it outside of the range? If it's just outside, well, you know you got time. Depending on how low it is, you may want to address it now. You may have something that is starting to get low, but hey, it may last you another 6-7 months. You never know. So that's all I'm saying. That's why I'm doing this preventative maintenance stuff. Y'all have it good. Let me focus on this road.